If you could see yourself as I see you, you would know that you are deeply loved at every moment. This is the beautiful message from the Crystalline Pink Solar Color Energy. The Crystalline Pink Solar Color Energy, one of 12 amazing solar color energies we're learning about this year, has a very important and very serious message to tell us in today's podcast. As I stated in my last podcast, you may be surprised at Crystalline Pink's explanation of what love really is. This solar color energy has an important message not only for everyone listening, but for the whole world. It is getting pretty tense out there in the outer world around us, and we can't help but be affected by the confusion and negative energy around us. It doesn't matter what side you're on in any of the contentious issues confounding our lives today. Maybe you are not even paying attention to the social wars because you are busy focusing on getting through your day. Many of us are feeling stressed out to some degree. The hectic pace of life, the polarizing state of our politics, the expense of living, and the toxic negative energy being spewed on our media channels are stressing us out, making us sick, holding us back, separating us, and worst of all, creating fear that drives many forms of dis-ease that result in physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual trauma. Is any of this you? No wonder many of us don't feel loved at every moment. We are exhausted. We've tried everything we were told would work, and we are still stuck with health issues, bills we can't pay, and strained relationships. The good news is that we have amazing, wise allies called solar color energies that are all around us and are ready to serve us if we will only ask. These solar colors are cosmic energies containing advanced data and bringing us some badly needed rebalancing tools and sound advice. Are you ready for some good news? Are you ready to try something new and, best of all, easy to work with? If you answer yes, then you're in luck, my friends, because this is what this podcast is all about. Welcome to the second podcast of March with the effervescent, loving, crystalline pink solar color energy. I'm Helen Heinmiller, Queen of Color, and you are listening to the Color Revolution podcast here at Sacred Stories Media, where we are learning about the latest 21st century wellness tools called solar color energies that are here to support us in healing, success, and love. In the month of March, we are learning that we are deeply loved at every moment by a power called divine love. And this power is not only available to you, but it is available for you to use to help heal the world. But before we get started on today's message, I wanted to tell you that a lot of people I have talked to are really responding to Crystalline Pink's energy. If you listened to the last podcast, did you try and work with Crystalline Pink these last few weeks? Did you try the meditation again? I hope that you gave yourself some me time since we were together on March 6th to connect to that tremendous part of you that is always connected to the constant source of love, which most people call their soul. This is where healing comes from, and only you can connect to yourself. It only takes a few minutes each day, if that is all you have, to start connecting to your divine power of love. Do you have 2 minutes or 5 minutes a day for yourself? If the answer is no, then there is something truly out of balance. Remember, the work that we are doing here is about self-care, not selfishness. I would say half of the people who come to me tell me that they cannot find 5 minutes a day to devote to themselves. They come up with a list of excuses, most of them very admirable. There's no judgment here because I have done this myself many, many times. But at the same time, they are sitting across from me because they are overstressed, have unhealthy habits, are sick, or have deep blocks with success and relationships. They are spending a lot of their hard-earned cash on prescriptions and hospital tests that are showing them that they are not taking care of themselves. Even when the doctors tell them that they need to change their diet and lifestyle, they say there isn't enough time to do it. What happens when you run out of gas completely because you stop filling up your tank? Who does that benefit? Giving yourself time for self-care is a gift that will keep on giving, my friends. It is so important to everyone around you who you feel you are responsible for, too. If I stay with the car analogy, you need to keep your tank filled up in order to drive everyone else around. If you don't take the time to recharge, you will end up stuck on a road, my friend, out of gas and maybe needing some critical parts replaced. That's not fun for you, your bank account, or anyone else. My question to you is, if you love yourself, aren't you worth it? It's funny how we want our kids to love themselves. We want our partners to love themselves, and we probably believe that they would want the same for us. But we keep thinking that everyone else is the gas station, and those we are serving will fill our tank up as we help them. But the gas station to our vehicle is located within us. I like to think of it this way. We are the bus that drives our dependents where they need help getting to. But there is only one gas station that can fill our tank up, and the address is I Am Divine Love Road, located in Meeville. I know, corny, yes, but you get the point, right? Now, anyone listening who has been making the time to do the work for yourself and using the solar color energies, bravo, my friends, bravo. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for loving yourself, because you are not only making yourself better for you, but a better you makes a better world for all of us. In my home, I used to tell my kids and husband, a happy mom is a happy family. It is important for us to give the example of self-love and self-care so that our loved ones understand that it is important to take care of yourself first. Crystalline Pink wants me to emphasize this very important point about connecting to our source of divine love again, because it is the only way we can heal ourselves. And we can't truly heal others until we are connected to the power of divine love from within. So today, I'm excited because we are learning about a profound truth that I think has been overlooked and misunderstood for a long, long time in human history. And this truth is that love is a power. Love is an energy. Love is the light of creation. I looked up the word love in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, and I noticed that the definitions used to describe the word love do not include any reference about love being a power. It lists descriptions of love as being cherished, treasured, and highly valued, or it also describes love as to feel a lover's touch, or to like or desire actively, or to be loved as in held dearly, considered favorite, or precious. These are all nice descriptions, and who doesn't want to be cherished and treasured? I know I do, and it feels wonderful to be loved and to give someone your love. And all of these attributes of love are important to us. But, my friends, love with a capital L is much, much bigger than all of this. Love is a power. Love is a powerful tool. It is an energy that affects all other energies. And the best news is that it is stronger than the energy of fear. In the nature of human experience, there are only 2 points of being that we can operate from on our dual reality planet. We can operate from love, or we can operate from fear. There are no gray areas. Love is absolute. The greatest universal rule that science has discovered and that spiritual teachers have been telling us for a long time is that like attracts like. So love is a power that can only attract more love. Fear, on the other hand, is an influence that can only attract more fear. Love is empowering. Fear is crippling. This is very important to understand today. All of our emotional expressions fall into either of these 2 categories. If you experience the emotions of admiration, joy, peace, compassion, and forgiveness, you are experiencing the power of love. If you experience hate, envy, jealousy, lust, and vengeance, including any minor form of these, then you are experiencing the crippling force of fear. Operating from this viewpoint moves you farther and farther away from the light inside of you. Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking. There have to be gray areas, right? Because I can love, but, and then we put a condition or excuse on the end of the sentence. For example, I love everyone, but that stranger coming towards me who looks a little suspicious. Or how about, I care for the planet, but protecting it costs too much money. Or, I am grateful for what I have, but I think it's unfair that I don't have what he's got. If you have to follow your statement about love with a but or exception to the rule, then you are not operating in the power of love, but from fear. That is an uncomfortable thought for most of us, but it's true. The power of love is unconditional. I heard the other day that the Pope said that we should give money to street people even if we think they are going to spend it on drugs or alcohol. I know that believing the person will spend your money unwisely is an excuse that I hear many people say, and for a long time I bought into this theory too. However, the Pope is right, because the act of kindness from a stranger is almost always the catalyst for those in that situation who finally try to seek change. This is the power that love has. Remember, love is the light, and these people are living in darkness. If we perform an act of kindness, then at the same time we are sending them our light. And it is our light that sparks the connection to their light that has been hidden, and that tiny gesture may be the catalyst for them to see their light. I think what the Pope said is accurate when you look at our role as fellow citizens of the world in helping to lift each other up. However, I do have one exception with the point he is making. I think that there is a level of discernment needed when using the power of love. For anyone who has a loved one or friend suffering so deeply from drug addiction or alcohol or any other disease that has crippled them and left them in a desperate state, sometimes the power of love needed is tough love. This is tricky, but I think we need to look at these desperate situations in this way. Those who are connected with the individual in this state may have to let them go and break their source of money and safety so that they can see that this road they are on is not working anymore. It is up to the strangers, the good Samaritans, to take over. Yes, your $5 may go right into their next bottle or hit, but you may be the light that shakes them up. And if you do this act of kindness with a strong intention to be that light that wakes them up, there is a better chance that your $5 can be the catalyst. This is powerful, don't you think? We've been thinking all along that our duty is to break their bad habits by keeping them in the dark, by walking by them on the street and acting as if they were not there, or only acknowledging them with a lecture or calling them bad things. Everything outside of us is a mirror. What is that showing us if we look into that mirror and see an unforgiving, condemning face? Darkness is a pretty scary place. Have you ever been there? I have. I have felt the panic of desperation and the feeling of invisibility and distrust in the world. Lucky for me, it was short-lived and did not lead me to any horrific experience like we see happening to so many people in America today. I don't know about other countries, but we already know plenty of people living there are in hellish war zones and starving to death. They are mirrors for all of us. If we embrace love as a power to be used to change the world, then we will look at all of these situations in our private lives and in the world in an entirely different way. Some people think this is a pie-in-the-sky idea, and it is impossible to use the light to help save the world. But if we embrace love as power and love as light, we can become the superheroes the world is waiting for. Our superpower is love, and all we have to do is shine it on the dark places. Could it be that simple? Yes. Will it require more than a few superheroes? Yes. There is a lot of darkness covering this earth to light up. As I have said repeatedly, and will continue to remind everyone, the darkness has done a great job in getting us to believe that it is more powerful than the light. But the light is more powerful, and the darkness cannot stop it ever from shining. Remember this anonymous quote, "All the darkness in the world cannot put out the light of one small candle." Here is the response I give my skeptics. We have never tried this before, so how do we know it won't work? This is why I consider the group meditation we do to be the most important part of this podcast. This is where I get to show you how to connect to the power of love and how to send it into the world to help heal the wounded souls trapped in darkness and every part of the world that needs healing. We are this powerful. We are love. We are light. We are a force of love to be reckoned with, my friends. I am ready, are you? There is hope. You and I are the hope. You and I are the love the world needs today. It doesn't take more than a few minutes to send someone your light. It can take less than a minute. And now we have these beautiful solar color energies to infuse into our light and send to those in need. First, we must give the solar colors to ourselves because we are the most precious person in our life. Then we can send out our light to everyone around us who needs support and love, and finally to everyone in the world. Every time you think of love, think of power. Every time you think of love, think you are love. Every time you see a stranger suffering, think about how you can not only help this individual by sending them that small candlelight for them to see a path back to their own light, but also think about how you are helping all of their friends and loved ones who have had to give them tough love first. You are their superhero, too. Think about that mother or father who cries themselves to sleep, knowing their son or daughter is out on the street and they aren't able to reach them. You can be their superhero. Think about the soldier who served our country to protect us, who was lost in the pain and darkness from war, who should have been celebrated as a hero himself and have all his cares met for the sacrifices he gave, but was ignored instead. You can be his hero, too. Think about the person who just did everything wrong and had the worst luck in life and never experienced his or her potential, and life got too overwhelming and they couldn't see their way forward. Were they lazy, stupid, or just in the dark for too long? You can be their hero, too. Crystalline Pink knows that this message may not have been what you were expecting or were hoping for. Yes, love is fluffy and wonderful and enchanting and can fill our bellies with butterflies and make us feel high as a kite. But that's the icing on the cake, my friend. The real substance of love is power. And in the recipe for power is victory and triumph and a force that can never fail. And love is forgiving and compassionate. It is trust and safety. Love sees the real you, which is the light. And the light attracts light. So every person who takes on this new mantle of love to use as a powerful force for change in our world becomes the love the world needs today. There is no small, inconsequential act of kindness. Every act of kindness changes the world little by little. If we all join together, we create an army of light with a power unmatchable by the darkness. Are you ready to use love as a power? If so, let's join together and create a movement of love in the world. Let's join with the solar colors and create a real color revolution. So let's move on to our powerful group meditation, where we will connect with our inner light, join it with everyone who comes to this podcast, infuse our light with the supernatural energy of the crystalline pink light, and use this new method of bringing hope to the world. Let's start a color revolution of love. So as I put on some music, let's get comfortable. We have an important job to do today, being the light for the world. Are you ready, superheroes? Start by listening to this beautiful, soothing music for a few moments. Let your body sink down into the chair or whatever you are reclining on and become one with the music. Now bring your focus to your heart center. Let your breath begin to slow down and feel any stress in your body start to gently fall away. Gently begin to connect with your heart center. Feel your breath become one with your heart center and love yourself. Remember that you are the light the world needs today. Make sure that you give yourself time each day to connect to this powerful, recharging part of you. The more you connect with divine love, the more energy you will have for others. Now it's time to connect with your soul light. See, feel, or imagine a magnificent, brilliant column of white light coming down through the crown of your head, down through your heart center, and all the way down and out your feet. This is your soul light. Feel this soul light presence in your heart center. Feel a flow of energy charging the cells in your body. Feel the power of divine love and wholeness take over all of your senses. This power is here for you to use right now, today, and every day. Feel how wonderful it is to be connected to your light. Feel the power. No one can take this away from you. Now it's time to expand your soul light out to experience your real power. See, feel, or imagine this column of white light begin to expand out in every direction. Out past your shoulders to about 8 feet around you in all directions. This is your soul field. Notice that you now stand in the center of a powerful field of love. Rather than operate throughout the day with love inside, you can now walk through your day inside a field of love, bringing this love to everyone you come in contact with. Without saying a word or doing anything, the divine power of love automatically embraces everyone who comes into your energy field and provides them with whatever their souls need to heal. This is your superpower. The light knows what to do. All you need to do is be the light. Let's invite the crystalline pink solar color energy into our soul fields to receive its gifts of divine love and even more connection to love's power. Feel a sparkling pink energy moving down through your soul field and move into your body, filling every cell of your body with its effervescent pink energy. Feel the power building in your soul field as you reunite with divine love. Feel a deep sense of gratitude and send it to Crystalline Pink now. Acknowledge this precious gift from the universe that you can access anytime you want to feel or send love. Let's create a powerful crystalline group soul light to send out to the world now. Send your crystalline pink energized soul light up above your head and see it join with everyone in this meditation, no matter when in time you have joined us. Let's use our superhero power and send a ray of this pink energy to everyone in our lives who need healing of any kind. See this beam of light fill their soul fields and bodies. Trust that this beautiful crystalline pink light is opening them to their own healing powers. See this huge pink effervescent cloud float up into the sky now, all the way up to the edge of our atmosphere. See it stretch out into a great big crystalline pink sparkling blanket larger than the earth itself. Now see great beams of light coming from you and everyone joined in this group light, beaming all over the planet to all who are homeless. With absolutely zero judgment, send your light to someone in need. Let the light show you where to go. See millions of beams of sparkling pink light beaming all over the planet to everyone who is lost and afraid and engulfed in darkness. Now let's send our light beam into the waters around the world to heal the water and everything living in the seas. Let the crystalline pink light show you where to direct your beam. See it charge the water with love's power, bringing healing to every molecule of water. See the water become pure and nourishing again. Let's do the same for the earth. Beam your light into the earth on whatever continent you are called to direct your light. See the soil and earth's crust heal and return to its perfect form. See the soil become balanced to support human life on earth. This is love's power to restore anything. The light can illuminate and transform anyone and anything. Do this practice anytime you want. The more we use our love to help the world, the faster peace will come to our precious planet. Be the Earth's superhero. Thank you for joining me in this meditation and being willing and brave enough to try something new. Remember, no matter when you listen to this podcast and join the group meditation, we are all working together in the dimensions outside of our perceived time with these amazing solar color allies. I hope that you will work with the crystalline pink solar color energy for the rest of this month and experience love's power to heal your life and to heal our world. Haven't you always wanted to be a superhero? In our next podcast on April 3rd, you will be meeting the pure white solar color energy and receive its powerful message that you are pure of heart. Thank you so much for joining me in this podcast. If you haven't already, I hope that you will subscribe to the Sacred Stories podcasts on iTunes. And if you are just tuning into this podcast for the first time, you can listen to all of the podcast recordings at sacredstoriesmedia.com. You can also go directly to my website, evolvingtruths.com, for the link. Since March is Color Therapy Month, I am having a special offer on all of my solar color meditation programs so that everyone can try out these great 21st century wellness tools that are so easy to use. For the month of March, you can buy these programs for 50% off simply by entering the coupon code The Color Revolution. The MP3 recordings are a wonderful way to integrate the solar color energies that you can do anytime and anywhere. These meditations are so easy to use and you can get really incredible results. And all you have to do is recline back, close your eyes, and listen to beautiful healing music and guided meditation instructions. And the best part is that the solar color energies do all the work for you. If you are interested in checking out all of the color energy program options available, visit my website at evolvingtruths.com. I recommend the Deep Relaxation Color Energy Meditation programs as an introduction to these amazing healing helpers. Also, while you're on my site, I invite you to sign up for my newsletter updates for notices on great sales like I'm offering this month and new programs and products. And I never share email info with anyone. Coming soon, I will be adding a new video program called SAVE, which stands for Solar Activation Visual Enlightenment, which are 2-minute color energy mantra videos that will be an exciting new way to use and integrate the solar color energies through viewing video. This will be great for kids and anyone who doesn't like or have a lot of time to listen to the meditations. These short videos are really powerful and you can easily download them on your computers, pads, and phones. I hope to have them available sometime in April. I want to also announce again that my latest novel, Final Redemption, is coming out this week on March 23rd. I am so excited that the launch is finally here. This novel is a fast-paced spiritual adventure that shows the world that we can change it for the better if we learn to use our light. Just like we are learning in this podcast. And if you love this story, I would be so grateful if you would write a review on Amazon to help me spread the word. I have a link on my homepage of my website, again, evolvingtruths.com. Don't forget to send me your questions to thecolorrevolution2017@gmail.com. Again, that's thecolorrevolution2017@gmail.com. So thanks for joining me and being a part of the Color Revolution. Until next time, let's strive to color our world amazing.